time, weather, and...
Hello and welcome to Driving with Todd. And I'm Todd. It's day 2 of me going over my top 5 albums for the 1980s. Now, yesterday we covered my number 5 album, and that was the group ABC, and the LP was The Lexicon of Love. Today we're going to take a look at a group that I've been reading a lot about in the English rock papers. I would buy New Musical Express and Sounds and read them from cover to cover. And I read a lot about a group called Culture Club. They were new on the scene in 1981. Their lead vocalist was Boy George. And what was unique about Boy George is how he dressed. And this was commented quite often in the English papers. They also said that the group had a little bit of a reggae sound to it, and he was a phenomenal singer. Now, I had never heard Culture Club, so my friend Dale and I, we often went down to Milwaukee about maybe every other week and go to the import record stores, looked at what was imported from the UK to the United States, and buy a bunch of it. Well, we went down and we went to Atomic Records, which was probably the largest import record store in Milwaukee. And I was talking to the owner, and I mentioned the group Culture Club. I said, "What do they sound like?" He says, "Here, let me put a record on for you." He pulled off the shelf a 12-inch single of "Do You Really Want to Hurt Me?" Now, I've never heard this song before. He puts it on, and I was like, wow, this guy has a great voice. It was just a great single. So what I ended up doing was buying that 12-inch and then 2 other 12-inches and an album that they had just released called Kissing to Be Clever. Now, that is my top 4 choice of best albums of the 1980s. Why I like this album is because it was just fantastic. It had so many different genres on it. You know, it had rock and roll, it had dub, it had reggae, and it just had so much feel to it. And it was a fun album to actually listen to. And the production was just crystal clear. And Boy George's voice was great. You know, the group that made up Culture Club had Boy George as the lead vocalist, Roy Hay as the guitarist and keyboard player, Mikey Gregg on the bass, and then we had John Moss on drums. So this was the core of Culture Club. So I thought, okay, I got to pick a song off of this album. Now, I played this album a lot because I just loved the sound, and every song was just great. Now, they had put a lot of singles and B-sides of singles onto that first album. So what I chose was a song that was actually the initial B-side to the single White Boy, and then ended up on the album as well. The song is called Love Twist, and it features, I guess they call them hold on a second, they call them a toaster. They had a toaster on the song, and not the kind that you put bread in and pull down, but somebody who actually sort of raps in the song, and that was a person by the name of Captain Crucial. So I thought, let's do that one because it breaks down into a dub portion of the song when we get into the middle, and then comes back into the song. And I just love it when they do that. I'm a big fan of dub. So here we go with my number 4 choice, the album Kissing to Be Clever by Culture Club, and doing the song Love Twist. First off, though, here's the cover of the album if you have never seen it. So that's the cover of the album. I'm sure you've seen this unless you have been like living in the closet or something, but just a cool cover. Again, I'm a big fan of awesome covers to albums, and I think this one is really kind of neat. So now we're going to listen to Love Twist. that sound is just phenomenal. You've got the guitars, and you've got another guitar kind of just picking in the background, and then the bass is just really driving on this. Now, this version that I'm playing here was ripped from vinyl. You can hear a little bit of crackling from the record, but I listened to a bunch of different videos, and this one had the depth that I was looking for that I remember from the original vinyl album. And that's what's really cool about this version. Now, the other thing is Boy George's voice. He's got such a great voice, and he's singing along, and you're following him, and there's no distraction. You hear the music, but you're really brought into Boy George's voice. I just think he's got a phenomenal voice, and on that first album especially, he used it so well, and then there was so much going on with the music. And when I stopped it, it sounded like there was horns. Now, I don't know if that's synthesizer or if that's really horns in the song, but then they add different instruments as we go along, and they use a lot of like reverb, which is kind of cool as well. So let's keep on playing it and see where this goes. Okay, so that was the dub portion of the song. I just love that where they come out of the second verse, come out of the second refrain, they go into an instrumental break, which sounds like either a trumpet or a flugelhorn, some sort of brass instrument playing the instrumental break, and then you start hearing a lot of reverb, sound on sound, and other types of ways of making the sound of dub. It's just really cool. And then Captain Crucial comes in and starts doing his reggae sound, or his toasting, as they say. And it's almost a form of rap. It's like an early form of rap in the dub portion of this song. But I just love that. And Culture Club uses that often in their songs, which is really kind of cool. We're going from the rock and roll song into dub and then back into the rock song. Just really neat. I love it. Let's keep on going.
Flash it down the street, we did with love. Not really, 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 really love. Footsteps, movements, finding people, close to the forbidden soul, twisting words to find a reason.
Incredible, incredible song. I just love that song. The first time I heard it was from the album, even though when I was on that trip and I bought Do You Really Want to Hurt Me 12-incher and the Kissing to Be Clever album, I also bought the White Boy 12-inch, which this, as you can see, was on the B side. And but I didn't listen to the 12-incher. I listened to the album first, so I heard Love Twist on the album before I listened to it on the 12-inch single. But the first time I heard it was like, this is really a cool song. I really like the way it's being sung. I love the bass guitar in there. Guitars are nice. I love the horns coming in just randomly. And then when the dub portion came in, it was like, wow, that is incredible. That I love. That was excellent. And the whole album is just great. The Kissing to Be Clever album is just a wonderful album. And there isn't a bad track on that album either. And it's one that, like I said, I listen to over and over. And it's interesting because there's a lot of different track listings for this particular album. If you buy it in the United States, it has a little different track listing than if you buy the UK. If you buy the cassette version, they added tracks to the cassette version. And then I think in the late 1990s, they remastered and reissued it and came up with, okay, here's the track listing that we're going to use for this album. But yeah, it's just a fantastic album. It's Culture Club's, I think, best album. Their second album is great too. They're Colored by Numbers, another just a fine album. But I just don't think it has that rough feel, that sound, that dance sound that the Kissing to Be Clever album has. It just was their first take, their first time out, their first times in the studio, and it just had a certain appeal to it that I think got polished off with the next several albums. So, great album. Love this song, Love Twist. In fact, I love every song on the album. It's just a fantastic album. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed Culture Club doing the song Love Twist, featuring Captain Crucial doing the dub portion of the song. He was the toaster in the song. Just phenomenal stuff. So if you enjoyed this and you enjoy Culture Club, hey, hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. Also, if I'm going to take the link to this video, that it was kind of cool. Like I said, I chose this one even though there was some crackling from the vinyl in the soundtrack portion. I took this one because it had a lot of depth to it. The ones that were taken off of CD didn't have that depth, and I really like that depth in this song. So I'm going to take a link to this video and put it in my description below. And if you want to see the video again, hear this version of the song again, hit that link. It'll open up and play for you. I'm also going to take a link to the channel that uploaded this video. You might want to check out that channel as well, and maybe subscribe to them. Talking about subscribing, have you subscribed to Driving with Todd? If you haven't, you got my video open here. Just go below the video, hit that subscribe button. It's that simple. If you go over here and ring the bell, you'll get updates to my latest videos. So, if you got any comments all about Culture Club, Captain Crucial, Love Twist, Kissing to Be Clever, put in the comments below. That'd be really cool. Also, we're on our second day of my top 5. This is my 4th. Do you have a top 5 that's different than mine, which I'm sure you do? Hey, why don't you put in the comments below and share it with us? That'd be really cool as well. So, I really loved what I saw here. This was great. I love this song. It put a big smile on my face. Tomorrow we're going to do my 3rd album for the 1980s. So stay tuned. Keep on watching. I think you're going to have some more fun with this. So I hope this put a big smile on your face. And peace out, baby.